Good evening, folks. I just wanted to talk to my friends on YouTube. You all know who you are. And just kind of explain why I haven't really been putting up any videos lately. One of my projects was, and I did hire an electrician because I can build anything. I can build anything, houses, finished carpentry, custom cabinets, you name it. But when it comes to electrical, yeah, it's not my thing. Electrical and plumbing, even though I could do a little bit in both, but I just don't mess with it. So anyhow, I did hire an electrician to power up my my garage here, and he put in a pretty good sized fuse box, so that way I have plenty of capability, let's put it that way. Anyhow, I just want to show you this. This place was destroyed. It was a complete frickin' mess, and I've been working on organizing my 5 gazillion million bazillion tools, and this is a small amount of them. A lot of them are upstairs. Anyhow, so I want to just show you that. And I actually built, if I didn't already say that, I built this garage all by myself. I had a helper for one day, and in that one day he helped me for an hour and a half. Other than that, these are 10 foot high, and then it's all gable end, and he helped me stand the one gable end wall and the 3 ridge poles. He helped me hang in place, and I still actually have a little bit of framing to do in here. I got some collar ties to put in, so on and so forth. But anyhow, so yeah, been real busy, working in here with the electrical and organizing, and then I'm going to show you outside too. Okay, I had to pause for a minute. Kind of a little bit of a mess back here, and my garage still ain't done. I have a lot more to do in there to get it organized. But what I've been doing, and I actually got myself a wood splitter, which is why I got all this nice split wood. It's definitely saved a lot of. It's under the tarp. I ain't gonna take it out from under there, but it's a monster. The whole unit stands up straight, so that way you can put in monster logs without killing yourself. And my land goes back. I'm having to finish the survey. I was supposed to be sold. It's just shy of 10 acres is what it was supposed to be. And then I had a boundary line dispute, and so I'm having a survey finished here soon, but it's supposed to go back roughly about 1,500 feet. And then there's my line there. That's the boundary line on this side. And then it goes way over this way, and there's a brook that comes through the property, which you can't see from here. Maybe if I zoom in. See the grass area right there? Well, as that hill rolls down, about maybe 4 feet, there's a brook right in there. That comes through at a 45-degree angle from the front corner of my property. Cuts all the way through at a 45-degree angle to the back corner of my property here. But there was so many trees in here. I want you to understand the kind of work that has gone into this, and this is it's impossible to hire people, and no one's willing to work. Paying someone, 12 to 15 bucks an hour for a laborer, and they just don't want to work. Either they get out here and they work a day and a half, and they made a few bucks for their pocket, and they're happy, and they can go buy their beer or whatever it is they're buying, and they're happy, and they don't come back. And I don't work them that hard. I'm an extremely fair person when it comes to that. I just expect them to work steady at a decent pace. They don't have to kill themselves. But I just can't get anyone to work. They're just the younger generation. They're so friggin' lazy, man. It's horrible. Anyhow, the the woods here was so thick. I'm going to give you an example. Let's just hypothetically say this is where the woods started, right here at this tree, which they didn't. It's another, well, where my garage is there was the original house on the property that sat on that spot. That was completely overgrown. You couldn't even see, all you could see was the front door. It was completely covered. That shed wasn't there, it was all thick trees. And as a matter of fact, all through here, you know, where the camper is, all behind it, all over here, it was all thick trees. There was no yard. There was no grass. It was a driveway. That's it. The lawn was maybe 25 by 25 feet. Anyhow, these woods was so thick that if you held your hand out in front of your face like this, you couldn't see your hand. That's how thick the trees were, the saplings, the big trees, you know, and then you got a million stumps. And, you know, my little tractor's nice and all, but it takes time. It takes time to pull out the stumps. You know, I got to get pretty surgical, and I don't have a backhoe for the back, which would make the work a lot easier. So, anyhow, it takes a little time. And my goal is to clear about 1.5 acres. I'm thinking, you know, there's a stone wall there, which is kind of hard to see, but right there. And which is where I started this year. And I want to go down to that dead tree right there, which there's more dead trees in here than there are living trees, either dead or dying, which is approximately about 150 feet. And then from this boundary line to the other one, although I will leave a few trees in between that side and the boundary line. So, and I've gone way down in the back here. I've gotten maybe about halfway to the back side of the property. I have a kind of a small walk trail, just because I wanted to see exactly visually how far back. I could say 100, I could say 1,000 feet or 1,500 feet, but for me to actually see it visually, you know, I can get a better idea of what it looks like. But I mean, there's so many dead trees in here and so many stumps. It's just been, and especially by myself for the most part. Yeah, it's a fair amount of work. I'm actually not going to get any gardens in this year. My goal this year is to get this all cleared out, and of course I'm having to deal with all these boulders in here as well. We're in Maine, and our ground is very, very rocky, and boulders everywhere. You know, I mean, like this one right here. This will be wanting to tip my tractor forward. I'll have to leave the bucket down close to the ground. Otherwise, I could definitely tip it over forward. So it takes a little time. And I'm having to lift something like this onto the tractor myself. I mean, that's got to be... that thing's got to be near 1,000 pounds or more. I mean, that is not a small boulder. So, if one of you guys were close and was willing to work hard, I certainly would have you come out here and, you know, pay you for your time. I don't have a problem with that. Especially, you know, someone who was willing to work hard with me to get this stuff done. But anyhow, yeah, that's where I'm at. I figure I'll get the land cleared this year. I really wanted to get a garden in for a late season harvest, you know. I really don't know what the best vegetables and stuff would work good for a late season harvest, but I'm not going to be able to do it anyhow, so it don't matter. So that's what I've been doing. That's why I'm so busy. Not to mention, you know, I have 6 other projects that I'm trying to wrap up that have just got the better of me, you know, in the sense that I opened up way too many projects at one time, and just because my time was distracted to other things out of necessity, I left projects open, which is something I never like to do. Anyhow, folks, that's it. Just wanted to show you that. You all have a great evening, and you know, I'll put out as many videos as I can, you know, in regards to the moon in the sky. It's blue today, and it's been hot lately. So, but I can't make any promises. It might be a couple weeks in between, maybe 3 weeks sometimes. Maybe I'll put a couple back to back. You just never know. Depends on, you know, if I have the availability. So, you all have a great evening, and I'll talk to you in the next one.